Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to the AccendoTraders group. This is our trade plan for Thursday, March 27, 2008. AccendoTraders.com, effective trade plans delivered daily. Those of you who have been around, you know our routine, so let's take a look. We're going to start off by looking at our watch list. After looking at it, we'll set stops and alerts, maybe unflag some stocks. We're going to check our news, economic, earnings, upgrades, and downgrades. We're going to look at the indexes, the Dow, the NASDAQ, S&P 500. Scan for some new trades, set alerts for those new trades, and most importantly, we're going to release and go have a life. So with that being said, let's go ahead and look at the news from today. Today on the economic calendar, we had the weekly oil inventory, which was increased less than expected. February new home sales top estimates. Durable orders came in lower for the second straight month. But most importantly, we had a lot of the financial companies have their earning estimates cut by Oppenheimer analysts. And the deal for Clear Channel seems to be falling apart with the financing with a lot of our credit problems and liquidity problems. On the earnings calendar, after the bell, we had Oracle that met expectations, but they met it with lower revenue, so they don't like that. The market doesn't like that. No significant upgrades, no significant downgrades today. Heading in tomorrow, we've got on the economic calendar GDP chain deflator, weekly initial claims, jobless claims. On the earnings front, we've got Lennar, some more home builders, and, you know, they actually look interesting, although I'm not playing them. And on a splits calendar, we've got Steel Dynamics, and we've been talking about Steel Dynamics for the past month, and, you know, certainly here's a catalyst for why it's been moving up. So let's go ahead and move into our watch list. So let's take a look at our flat list from last night, and starting off with the NASDAQ, and again, you can see that we're holding below the 50 moving average. You can see that our volume continues to decline as we go throughout this week, and you know, at the same time, we can see that we bounced off the 5, and we still got a rising 3 pattern going here, a modified mat hold pattern. But we did peak our head above the 50, and now we're back. So there's certainly some concern. And remember, what's going to be our catalyst? What's going to be our catalyst to move the market higher? Here's the Dow Jones. Same kind of thing going on. A little bit more bearish in terms of getting back towards the moving average. But remember, the Dow actually did break the 50, so it's still okay. But again, the volume's going down. Volume's going down. Here's the S&P 500. Also sitting at the 50, still bounced at the 5, volume going lower. So at this point, we're entering, possibly entering a new consolidation pattern. If I take a quick second and minimize this, and we're looking at the S&P 500, and you can see intraday, and you can kind of see that for the most part, we kind of hovered right here, intraday resistance around 1335, 1337, in that range. That's pretty much was our bottom here for the most of the day. We had a quick rally going on around 2 o'clock, and then we came right on back down to this 1337 range. So the good news is that we do have an intraday resistance. Tomorrow, if you're looking at the SPX and you see we gap below this, or you see us go below this, that might be a good signal to get into some bearish plays. And also, it could be a good signal to get out of any of our bullish plays. So there we go. We're still in a could go either way type position. Apple, we've been talking about this, and we continue to run. Still think we can run up into this almost 149 here. The volume, what I like about it is on this one, you can see the volume is actually getting higher. Volume, excuse me, getting higher. Sorry about that. So, and not by much, but it is getting higher. So that's good. Certainly at this point, we do possibly need a sideways move. I'd be very careful. It would be very aggressive to get in this for this last $3 up to this resistance level. Let's match it up over here. And yeah, we're still going to fill this gap, it looks like. Right now, we're at the wick from over here. You can see we're at the wick. So certainly be aggressive beginning tomorrow. We need a little sideways move on this one, but I still think we're heading up here to 150. AEM. Remember, we're talking about gold won't stay down for long. We gapped up to the moving averages, the 10. We got a doji here, so this is another one could go either way. So you could put a bracket trade on this one, put an alert above today's high and an alert below today's low, below the 5, right around 69.50 for the bearish alert, and around 72.50 for a call. Amazon still above the 50, kind of looks like the Dow. Volumes kind of retracing a little bit here. I'm going to give it still a little bit more time and keep. We have an alert here for a run to the upside, and I'm going to keep that alert. CAT. Here's that resistance that we talked about. It did finally break into this. Let's look at the volume on this one. Volume increase. That's good. So I have no problem at all putting an alert at today's high, around $78, and entering CAT tomorrow. Let's just make sure real quick, looking at our indicators, let's make sure we're not, you can see we're above the 200. So, okay, yeah, liking CAT for tomorrow. CNX, we had that aggressive alert right here at $67, but we got some retracement as, so that's okay. So now, we're getting up to these wicks up here. Remember, our safe alert is up here at $71, and our aggressive alert's right around $69. Still like CNK, keep it flagged. CHK kind of gave us a head fake. It gave us the aggressive alert of getting in at this resistance level, and it came right back. Remember, our conservative alert was up here at $49, $50. So I'm going to keep that up here. I want to know if it breaks 47, but I'm going to let it stay flagged for another day. CME, for our big bank players, little concerned that it fell back below the 20 here. It certainly looks like this one is ready to roll over. Really, you could probably bracket trade this one below today's low, above today's high. This is a good bracket trade stock, but again, that's a huge stock. Only traded if you have the bank account for it. COP, you can see most of the oil stocks did well off of the crude oil numbers. So I'm going to unflag COP. Not ready to get in bullish, and doesn't look like there's a bearish play in that right now. MTL, still looking good. Came all the way down to the 50. This is where we want to get in. I will put an alert at today's low. Put an alert at today's low for MTL. Nucor. Kind of got a retracement. That's okay. I might suggest an aggressive alert, but because this is where we're having problems, I would not play this bounce off the 5. I would put my alert at today's high. Put my alert right around 73.40, 73.50. So today's high for the alert for Nucor. Pot. Still in this range. We talked about if you wanted to play this, go ahead. But again, I'm going to go safe in this market. I'm waiting for it to get up here to 166. But it does look like it's getting there, doesn't it? But it's getting there on lighter volume, which means it may just turn right back around. RIG, the same thing. Oil stocks are doing better. We really can just move our consolidation channel over and see what happens. I'm going to unflag RIG. REM, very nice, still moving. A little bit lesser volume, but I still think it's moving up to here. If we get tomorrow's an up day, and remember today's sort of a down day, and we still went up. So if we get some movement tomorrow, it's okay. But like Apple, it's been up for several days, so that's an aggressive entry tomorrow. We really need to see some sideways move in this one to be safe with a safer entry. Steel Dynamics, we talked about that at our in the opening, that they have a split coming on Friday, so we may get one more rally. But if you want to swing trade it, go with today's high. Again, remember we have earnings on that one. Otherwise, keep it up here at $71. Remember there's earnings on this one. Not earnings, it's splitting on Friday. And WLT just about gave us an entry. Very nice. Volume went up a little bit. I put my alert probably right about $62. And finally, Win looking good. We got a little sideways move. Not a problem. Put an alert for the manhole problem right around 109. Okay, guys, I want to thank you for participating. For our YouTube folks, you know that we need you to go ahead to get the full version. You can go search for AccendoTraders within the iTunes store. Thanks for the feedback that I've received so far, and as always, trade at your own risk. Thanks, and have a good night.